Welcome to the Maybridge Community Church Permanent Prayer Room. This is an exciting new room we've designed to help you spend more time in prayer, to connect with God and one another. And this video is a complete comprehensive how-to guide of how to use it, how to get the most out of it. We hope you enjoy. The location of the prayer room is up in the church offices. You're welcome to bring a nice hot drink in with you, so feel free to head to the kitchen first before you come up, although please no food in the prayer room because we want to keep it nice. For safeguarding reasons, if you're praying or meeting with another person, someone else needs to be in the building and you should notify a member of staff before you go in. Under 14s are not allowed in the prayer room without an adult, but you're very welcome to bring your children in with you. Please just keep an eye on them, particularly at the art station where things can get messy. And please don't let children use permanent markers or oil pastels. Before you begin, you might like to curl up nice and warm in one of our yellow chairs. There are spare blankets in the metal basket, or there's extra cushions in the white coffee table. You may find it helpful to take inspiration from Exodus 3:5. Take off your sandals, for this place where you're standing is holy ground. There's a shoe rack beneath the radiator if you'd like to use it, but it's entirely up to you. If you don't want anyone peering in, close the door and you'll find privacy screens to cover the glass windows. For safeguarding reasons, these screens don't completely hide the room to outsiders, but they obscure the view and let others know not to disturb you. Just pop the screens back on their hook when you're finished so we know the room is available again. Before you sit and get comfy, you might like to browse the resources before you get settled. If you need more chairs, there are spares in room 3 across the hall. The prayer wall is covered in magnetic chalkboard paint, which means you can write on it in chalk or use magnet to hold prayers on the wall. There's also the cork board, which you can pin your prayers to. You'll find chalk, magnets, pin and paper in the black trolley, which you can move around to be where you need it. In the yellow and blue frames, you'll find quotes and ideas to prompt your prayers. The yellow frames are for writing or drawing inside, whereas the blue ones will be written in already. But you can write or draw wherever you'd like to pray anywhere on the prayer wall. The prayer prompts and quotes will change every so often to keep things fresh. On the prayer wall, you'll also find some Bible verse magnets which you can take with you if you find helpful. You might find it helpful to sit at the cross. There are extra blankets in the black basket, or you can lift the lid off the white coffee table for extra cushions. The cross is also covered in magnetic chalkboard paint, which means you can write on it in chalk or use magnets to help pin things to it. This may be a helpful exercise if you need to hand over anything to Jesus. You'll find chalk, magnets, pins and paper in the black trolley. On the corkboard, you'll find the little black cage known as the prayer request post box. If you'd like prayer for anything, lift the lid and leave your prayer request and it will be passed along to the staff team or the eldership. We'd encourage you to leave your name and email address so someone can follow up with you later. The trolley lives next to the art table, but feel free to wheel it to wherever you need it. It does make a handy side table. In the trolley, you'll find our more interactive tactile resources such as chalk, magnets, pins, paper, scissors, tape, glue, and items for tangible prayer activities such as prayer Jenga. There'll be instructions for ideas for how to use those resources taped to the inside of the lid. You will also find the guest book, which you may wish to add to before you leave. Describe your time in the prayer room. Do you have any words or prayers to share? We'd love to hear about your experience. The art desk is designed to help you join in with our Creator God. There's large paper and a box of art pencils, colouring pencils and watercolours to be found on the table shelf. And you'll find Sharpies, paintbrushes, pens, pencils and oil pastels just above the table. There's more paper and colouring pages on the trays in the bookshelf. For cutting and sticking, or a water jar for painting and wet wipes for cleaning up, check the trolley. Please use all art supplies at the desk, but you're welcome to sit in the yellow chairs if you're only going to use biros or pencils. Please be careful and obviously clean up any messes. Browse the bookshelf for lots of helpful resources. There are books that are specifically on prayer, books on other aspects of Christian life, Bibles in different translations, and guides and devotionals to follow. But if none of these books pique your interest, there are all kinds of books in the library in the room next door, which you're welcome to go in and take into the prayer room. There's also the lap tray if you would like to sit in one of our yellow chairs with it in front of you for drawing, writing, or using the tablet. In the black and white boxes, you'll find daily prayer ideas for one-a-day prayers for groups or individuals. In another box, there are notebooks and prayer journals which you're welcome to use during your time in the prayer room and take home with you. And of course, there's a little box of other little resources that you can take home if you find them helpful. The bookshelf is also where we keep the tablet, which has apps to help you pray. On the shelf there's a sign with instructions for how to open and use the laptop, as well as descriptions of all the different apps that you may find helpful. We understand you might not want to use your phone in the prayer room, and so there is a small clock on the bookshelf if you'd like to keep track of the time. Of course, you don't need to use any of these prayer stations, and you're welcome to just sit and pray. On the wall you may find it helpful to follow the How to Pray guide in the frames, or be inspired by some of the biblical quotes and the Lord's Prayer that's on the wall. When you're finished using the prayer room, please put everything back as you found it so it's ready and lovely for the next person. There is a bin tucked away underneath the corkboard for throwing away any rubbish. You're welcome to leave things on the wall or the cross if you'd like to, but if you'd rather others didn't see, there are wet wipes in the trolley, or you can use a cloth and the water in the water jar. You can use the sink in the staff loo at the top of the stairs to rinse paintbrushes and empty the water jar if you've used them. Don't forget you can find any and all of this information in our prayer room guidebook, which is pinned onto the corkboard. Remember, do take it home. Don't let your time today be a one-off. Have a think about what ideas you could take into your prayer life at home. We'd love to hear how you get on at info@maybridge.org.uk.